if you want to do an introduction about Catapult and why Catapult.
Yes, of course, Annabelle, and thank you very much for the kind introduction. So as Annabelle mentioned, my name is Lwin, and I'm the representative from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Luxembourg, Directorate for Development Cooperation. And it's fantastic to have all of you here today as we introduce this year's edition of Catapult Inclusion Southeast Asia. So if you're a fintech looking to make a real difference in financial inclusion, I think you're exactly in the right place. And so to give you kind of an overview, why Catapult? So for those who may not be familiar with the Catapult program, so the Catapult Inclusion Southeast Asia program isn't just like any other fintech accelerating program. It's a unique initiative designed specifically for startups that are driven by impact and not just profit. And we're looking for fintechs that want to tackle financial inclusion heads-on, using innovative solutions to make financial services more accessible for underserved communities, whether your solution is digital banking, insurtech, blockchain solution, agri-tech, or you name it. We want to target fintechs with this program that create real change where it's most needed. And you may wonder why Luxembourg, why this region, right? So this program is part of Luxembourg's strong commitment to sustainable development goals. And we take that commitment quite seriously here in Luxembourg. So as a country, we have been allocating more, for more than a decade, 1% of our gross national income to official development assistance, because we believe in investing in solutions that really make a difference. And that's also one of the reasons why Catapult is not a commercially driven program. So as such, when you apply to this program, the aim is not that we take equity or ask you something in return. It's really about helping your fintech grow in a way that benefits real people on the ground and around you. So it's about enabling solutions that go beyond short-term gains and instead create lasting, positive change. And Luxembourg is uniquely positioned to support this effort as a global leader in responsible finance with a deep expertise in microfinance and impact investment. So we really provide a platform where financial innovation meets sustainable development. And this is also exactly why, together with the LHoFT, who are the real brains behind this, let's say, we created this program, which is a program designed to help fintechs like yours scale, connect with key players, and fine-tune your models for real-world impact. And the program is actually structured in a way so that you have a 2-week format. So the first week would be in Manila this year. And this is all about connecting you with key players on the ground in Southeast Asia, which is, of course, I mean, you all know it, a diverse and a rapidly evolving market. And it's really essential to understand the local challenges, regulatory landscapes, and the needs of beneficiaries firsthand. So throughout the first week, you will be able to meet fintech associations, regional investors, financial institutions, regulators, and impact-driven organizations that really will help you refine your approach. And then the second week of the program, it will take you to Luxembourg, where you'll be able to have a deep dive into impact finance and investment readiness. So Luxembourg, as I've mentioned before, is really a global leader in responsible finance, and you will get access to top-notch experts in microfinance, sustainable investments, and financial inclusion strategies. So this week will really help you align your business model with impact goals and connect with the right partners to scale your sustainability goals. So by combining these two perspectives, so Manila on one side, Luxembourg on the other side, through the Catapult program, we really want to ensure that your fintech is not only regionally relevant, but also globally sustainable. And I just want to give a shout out this year for the partnership in 2025, as we're partnering up with the Asian Development Bank, which will be joining as a key partner this year, as the first week of the program will be hosted at their premises. So their expertise, reach, and resources will hopefully help you to take this, take your solutions even further, and support you to the best possible way. But I also want to take this opportunity as there's a lot of other partners in this call to really just thank them for their commitment. I mean, this is the second edition this year. So our most sincere thanks for all the partners that have helped us build this program the way it is. Without them, I think we wouldn't be here today. And so I would just have a couple of more words, Annabelle, if you allow. So if you're really a fintech or startup wondering whether this program is for you, I think the answer should be yes, if you're serious about making an impact on your community. You will get access to top industry experts, mentorships, and strong networking to help you refine your business model and scale your solutions. So we're thrilled to see the energy and the ideas that you bring to the table, and financial inclusion is one of the biggest challenges of our time. But with the right technology, the right people, and the right mindset, I think we can drive for real change. So thank you very much from my side, and I'll hand it over to Annabelle.
Thank you very much, Louis. Thank you for that. As Louis said, he'll explain, and I'm very happy he did it. There's no catch for you fintechs. You have all to gain to participate into this program. We'll hear about Jove Tapiado from the Philippines, who's been part of this program for last year cohorts. And seriously, don't think there's something behind it. It's all for you. It's all for you to make an impact on all these, I would say, on these emerging countries. And as we all know, we wouldn't be here if it was not for Luxembourg to actually fund this program. So Bénédicte, if you want to say a few words about the program, because you've been in the program as an historical partner since 2018.
Yeah.
So you know everything about this program. You helped us build this program. You helped us attract all these new partners. And without you, obviously, you and the partners, we wouldn't be here today, as Louis said. So I'll let you explain.
Thank you. Thank you, Annabelle, for this nice introduction. Thank you, Louis, for your words. Hello, everybody. Good evening to everyone. I'm really pleased to be here today. Very nice to see some faces that I already met. I had a chance to meet last year. So as Annabelle, you said, my name is Bénédicte Godefroid. I'm the director of program at ADEA. ADEA is an NGO based in Luxembourg. We around 50 people. And what we do is that we focus on advancing financial inclusion. So how we do that, we focus mainly on financial institutions, mainly microfinance institutions, because I'm sure you know that microfinance is really targeting vulnerable population. They like bank for the poor, if we could say it like that. And so we at ADEA, we really support them to help them to make better solution, to bring this solution to more people. And of course, when you talk about a financial institution, one of the big point is to have the right partners and the right services. And that's where fintechs enter in the game. So, 15 years ago, we could see this digital revolution entering and really changing the game for financial inclusion. And that's when ADEA started to look into fintechs. We did a huge program to prepare financial institutions to be ready to plug their own core banking system to the solution that you guys are providing. So that was a big program of 5 years that was fully supported by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs through the Directorate for Development Cooperation that Louis is representing today. So we have a big support from the Luxembourg government as well to achieve our goals of better living for vulnerable population. So it was around the same time that we started to discuss with the LHoFT about a program dedicated to inclusive fintech, because the inclusive is very important. We're looking for fintechs who are really conscious of the impact they're able to reach, and that they have in their mission, of course, a financial goal, because you all guys, you need to be sustainable, you need to make money, but are also very much aware of the social impact they want to create in the world. And that's how we started to partner with fintechs, and that's how we started to get involved in the Catapult program. Of course, the Catapult program has a lot of partners, but I must insist on the quality of the team at the LHoFT. These bunch of people are so committed and really engaged into building that experience and make it unforgettable for the fintechs that are coming in Manila and then in Luxembourg. And so myself, I'm a mentor in that program. I think it's one of the highlights of the week is that you're going to have some dedicated mentors that are going to really look into your own business and give you some advice. There are different sessions that Louis mentioned. I'm not going to describe them all again. But for us, this program also really gives us a window to meet the best players in the field. So being part of that program, I think for you fintechs is already something, it's already an award. We always say all the fintechs that are selected have already won in some way. And I really would like to encourage you to apply this to this amazing program. What I would like also to stress is that this program, next to the session and all the learnings that you have, it will really connect you. Because as Annabelle said, there is a lot of partners, and so you will really get a chance to meet other players in the industry, but also investors who are exactly looking for fintechs, exactly like you, fintechs who have an impact. All those impact investors as always looking for the right investees. I'm just going to add that for ADA is also doing some investment. We're advising a Luxembourg investment fund, and we're advising also the FIT, which is the financing innovation tool. And so we also provide information and session on how you could get access to this fund to really fuel your growth. So being part of this program is being connected to the Luxembourg ecosystem, but also to the broad international ecosystem. And I think that, what could be better for fintech than to be connected, right? So I really encourage you to look into that program and apply if you feel that you're a right fit for this week, 2 weeks. And I can guarantee you that you will probably not regret it. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you again for everybody to be present this evening. Thank you, Annabelle, for the invitation. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person in Luxembourg.
Thank you very much, Bénédicte. Very much appreciated your words, your description about the program. Louis and Bénédicte really highlighted what you can gain from that program: connection, impact, and I would actually also highlight the fact that this program has been designed in a very peculiar way. It's built on 3 pillars: impact, scaling, and funding. And we will be helping you on those 3 pillars. But the unique, I would say, criteria for this program is the efficiency in time. There's no other acceleration program in such a short period of time that can bring you so much. We've done it in that way because we know fintechs, like it's startups, they are limited in time, in people, in money, so they need to be efficient in what they do. And this program is only 2 weeks. I don't think it does exist anywhere else on that planet. But what you gain out of these 2 weeks is incredible. Jo will tell you, we've been posting on LinkedIn testimonials about our 15 alumni. We also run it in Africa. We'll be running it also in LATAM next year. So you've got nothing to lose. You've got everything to gain. Application is really straightforward. We won't take much of your time. We just want you to be part of this incredible adventure with us and with our partners here today. So now I'm going to stop talking as well. We'll leave it to Alexander to actually get on to our Asian partners. Alexander?
Yes, thank you so much, Annabelle. First of all, can you hear me? Oh, it's okay?
Yes.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Alexander Titov, and I represent IDEA here, International Digital Economies Association. So my current position is Deputy Secretary General. And it's the second year when we support LHoFT and Catapult Southeast Asia program. So we really see there most potential in network and cooperation. So we try to gather our leaders, our key stakeholders and partners from ASEAN region to make as large promotion and to educate startups and to tell all the opportunities regarding this program. And I think for the welcoming remarks, I will give the floor to our Secretary General, is Amor Maklang, who will tell you more about IDEA and our vision, how we can work together with Luxembourg this year in Manila. Yes.
Thank you, Alexander. Hello, Amor. Thank you for being here, and thank you so much for your great support. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, Luxembourg, and good evening to Southeast Asia. My name is Amor Maklang. I speak here not just as the part of the board of the International Digital Economies Association, which is a coming together of 90 countries in the global majority. I come here to speak as an alumni, not as a FinTech alumni, but rather as a mentor. And I would like to say what I have been very vocal about since last year, of all the many accelerator programs that we have had the pleasure of taking part of. This is perhaps, I dare say, the most impactful. It's compact, it's intense, but we won't have it any other way. What Louis said, something very important that I think bears repeating. Luxembourg contributes 1.67% of its GDP. They like to say 1%, but Alex corrects me and says it's 1.67 of its GDP to development in areas like Africa and Southeast Asia. They even have a program in what I feel is one of the most promising emerging regions in Southeast Asia, which is Laos, right? So it tells you that they don't just focus on the big regions, but also at the same time on those that are the most promising. You hear the word FinTech a lot, but I'd like to maybe expand that definition of FinTech. FinTech is where you embed payments in various pillars, such as agriculture. Our second place winner last year, coming from the Philippines, came from an agricultural pillar. We had an incredible participant in prop tech coming from Malaysia. Anything that has to do with the movement of money. So whether it's in logistics, SME digitalization, blockchain and crypto. So please don't just think of it as an exclusively payments program. So I think that's really important for us to share. A couple of things that we hope to be able, with the expansion of the partners this year, to see. Number one is we have more regulators joining aside from fintech associations who have been so supportive since last year. We want to do a special shout out to the regulators of Indonesia, OJK, also the trust regulator from Cambodia, and of course from the Philippines, the National Development Corporation and the Department of the DICT. So Yusek Giselle is here. The second is hopefully with the help of Indonesia, which is our chair for halal and Sharia finance, we will have a very pronounced pillar in Sharia fintech, given the fact that 40% of all of us in ASEAN are Muslim. And it is the fastest growing religion and sector in the economy. I think last but not the least, I would like to make mention of this program, not just for its ASEAN outreach, but also for Africa. And I'm very thrilled to hear that there's also a Latin America component that's forthcoming. And Luxembourg, I just have to quote, I think it's the Prime Minister from last year who said, it's a country that punches above its weight. Up until I came to Nexus 2050 last year, I've never been to Luxembourg. But the size of the country is inversely proportional to the kind of impact that it has created in financial inclusion. And for that, terima kasih, maraming salamat po. Merci beaucoup, merci au revoir.
Merci.
Thank you,
so
Amor, for your
much.
welcoming remarks. I will go ahead with introduction and giving floor to other speakers. As you see, we have very diverse representation of different countries: Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, emerging regions as countries as Cambodia and Myanmar. So I'm sure it will be very impactful conversation. So speaking of the role of regulators, importance of government support, I'd like to give a floor to Undersecretary for ICT Industry Development of Department of Information and Communication Technologies in the Philippines, Yusek Josel. So we know that you do a lot of great work in startup support and development in the Philippines. So how do you envision maybe a role of DICT in this program, or what ideas would you recommend for startups in the Philippines in relation to the Catapult program?
Thank you, Alexander. I hope I'm audible. Good evening to everyone from the Philippines. Thank you for the opportunity to be part of this Bridging ASEAN and Europe in Fintech and digital innovation. I was listening to the presentation earlier, and this really sounds exciting insofar as the department is concerned. So I represent the Digital Ministry of the Philippines, Department of Information and Communications Technology. We work closely with our private sector, of course, with Digital Filipinas, Ms. Amor here. And we are actually created under a law some 8 years ago. So as many countries would experience, the Digital Ministry is quite new, but we are operating under the policy which was created several years back, which is the Innovative Startup Act, which calls for 3 agencies to form a consortium. So the Digital Ministry, or the DICT, is working together with our Science and Technology Ministry and also our Trade and Industry Ministry. So this consortium practically works together for the last 5 years to ensure that the Philippines continues to grow as a digital hub for startups. So as of now, our numbers will show very positive signs. Our number of startups is actually continuously growing. Our accelerators, our incubators. So as of now, we have 1,600 active startups in the radar, more than 90 incubators and accelerators, over 200 co-working spaces in the Philippines, and a steady growing network of angel investors and capitalists. But I'd like to share what is really the latest about the Philippines insofar as the DICT is concerned. Last year, we were able to get the support of the International Telecommunications Union to scale an accelerator for digital ecosystems and policies for technopreneurship. It's an ITU accelerator for policy, regulation, and sandbox. And what we want to do is to ignite a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in the Philippines. This shows our commitment to crafting forward-thinking digital policies together with the industry. So we want to empower digital entrepreneurs, especially our young people. As you can see, our average age is around 25 years old. And we are basically a very young nation with so much ideas. So we're dedicated to equipping aspiring tech leaders with tools, knowledge, and support needed to flourish. By providing mentorship, training, and funding access, we aim to foster thriving environment for digital startups and enterprises. And one of the top 5 areas where we want to encourage growth is really in fintech innovation. And so we're eager to drive global collaboration to position the Philippines and, of course, ASEAN as a digital innovation nexus. And so I believe that by connecting with global experts, such as my colleagues here, we can aim to stay at the forefront of digital trends and share our learnings on the world stage. I believe in the regional cooperation and collaboration of ASEAN. In 2023, the Philippines actually chaired the ASEAN Digital Ministers Conference, and as of now, it's being chaired by Thailand, but we continue to work together to ensure that we boost efficiency and create sustainable, inclusive development opportunities. So through ADEPT, we're willing to welcome the likes of Catapult and ADEA and other European accelerators who might want to explore discussions on how we can collaborate with each other. Alexander, thank you.
Thank you so much. So we look forward to welcome LHoFT program in Manila this year. But speaking of the last year, which was really great experience, actually the first leg of the program happened in Thailand, in Bangkok. So I'd like to speak with Mr. Chonladet, who is the president of Fintech Association of Thailand. So to share, to give his feedback about the last year program, how was it impactful, what the outcomes. So please, Chonladet, update us what happened after the program. So and how did you find it?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for everybody to be here. So last year it was impressive, although it's for the first year. We knew each other, although in a short period of time, it seems like we have known each other for years. And we have gained a lot of not only connections, but somehow about knowledge sharing, and to be able to do it again this year. I think for those of you who are interested, I think the program will provide you the bridging of connections, okay, knowledge sharing, and navigating the differences, in the regulatory perspectives and cultural perspectives of the countries. And I think to advise you guys, we should learn about the local differences in regulatory and culture in order to adapt. So you need to think about doing a fintech nowadays as a global, not even a regional. So you need to have your core product and then understand the differences in markets, and then localize and adapt. So what you guys will get here is these aspects. And if you would like to know more about Thailand, so long story short, we are a country of 66 million population. The fintech development in this country is quite good. Naming the digital asset, cryptocurrency, digital payment is also nice with the standardized QR approach. And RoboTech, robo-advisor, online trading, representing Weibo in Thailand as well, and also in many countries of Weibo. And we will have a nice future of fintech in Thailand, as well as in other countries in this region, that this year we will announce the winners of the virtual banking license. So it's going to be the first time after the 1997 Tom Yum Goong crisis. Okay, Tom Yum Goong is the famous dish in Thai, right? It's going to be the first time that Thai Central Bank or Bank of Thailand will issue the new fresh licenses for virtual banking. So at least 3 will be the winners of the new banking licenses. So if we as a startup would like to collaborate with them, the new banks, I think it's a great opportunity because they have only 1 year in order to prepare everything from zero to get it up and running successfully. So it's the mid of this year, 2025, to be announced the winner, and then within the mid of 2026 to open up. So that's the virtual banking. Another one is an open banking policy, where virtual bank is for the giant, right? Open banking is more for the startup. If you have an idea of tackling pain points of Thailand, I think as well as other countries in this region, like household debt to GDP, and so on and so forth, we can create an application and then connect to the bank's API to the open banking. So it's going to be under the code name of the Your Data, and it's going to be the first time in this country again that all the stakeholders will be participating in the steering committee to draft the policy and then provide the specification of that open data or open API. So if you are interested in doing something with the Thai partners, so please let me know. So that's Thailand and program.
Thank you so much, Chonladet. And I would want to thank you again in the name of the LHoFT for everything you've done last year so we could make it happen in Bangkok. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, and we wish to see more Thai startups coming to Manila as well this year.
Oh, yes.
So we exchange experience.
I'll have another meeting with Annabelle.
We get
that. Okay. That's great. So speaking of Malaysia, we have here Farah Jafar, who is one of the leaders of Malaysia Fintech Association. So Farah, we're really eager to hear from you. What's from perspective of Malaysian startup ecosystem? You also took very active role last year in the program and this year in promotion and preparing for the program. So please give us your visions and ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. Good evening, everyone. And do you know there's only one word that comes to mind when I think of the experience that I had as a mentor and also representing the Fintech Association of Malaysia, when I think about the LHoFT Catapult Southeast Asia, and that is fellowship. I think the fellowship was incredible. And I think we can't underestimate the power of fellowship because the cross-pollination between fintechs is key. So I just wanted to get that out because I think, you know, when you look at a situation where people are hothoused almost for a week, you really get to know one another. I know for a fact that I've gotten to know lots of you because of this experience. So I would highly recommend it. When you look at the situation, so I'm gonna talk about a couple of things, and I'm gonna end with the Malaysian scenario. Okay. I'm very excited this year because we have Ibu Mahaning Riyana from Indonesia, and I'll tell you why. In all my years in financial services, I've always felt that actually there is very little difference between Islamic finance and impact. And I think this is something, and this is definitely an area where LHoFT, not the Catapult program, not just in Southeast Asia, but also in Africa, can really leverage off the fact that there is so much going on. I know for a fact that I just got pinged earlier by a Malaysian fintech, a fantastic Malaysian fintech called Go Baraka. And I think Audrey's on the call here. So just a shout out to her. And they have an amazing solution that is Islamic based, which actually does create a lot of impact. So that's one thing I'd like to say out there. So really to encourage a lot of the Islamic fintechs in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and regionally to participate, because I don't think we need to look that we don't need to look at Islamic as just Islamic. Islamic at the core, at the ethos of it, is to create impact and to share benefits, to share profit, to share blessings. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to communicate. What I learned from being a mentor last year and participating was that actually there is a lot to learn from the sessions. The sessions are, and Annabelle, just chime in if I've gotten this wrong, okay? Because I'm getting a bit old and I tend to forget. But the sessions are first in a group, and then it gets split up one-on-one. And really that is where two learnings happen, right? First is in a group, you cross-learn from other fintechs' experience. That's number one. And then what happens after that is you get an hour with a dedicated mentor. And that hour is up to you what you want to do with that hour. So my advice would be to come really prepared to understand what you want to take away from this program. It's not just about, okay, an accelerator program, I'm going to go there, they're going to push information to me and I'm going to learn and thank you very much and maybe I get to win. No, I think if fintechs are going to be serious about this and really benefit from this intensive 2 weeks, is to really understand what you want to take away. I think Annabelle has a whole bunch of information about all the different verticals that's going to be provided. And I think also there will be some clarity with regards to the areas that the fintechs will cover during these mentoring sessions. So that's one thing I wanted to say, because unless I'm wrong in the structure and whether it's changed, I don't know, but last year that was definitely my experience. So everybody in a room to begin with, and then after that, really very impactful one-on-ones. And last year we had Blue Dart, which Amor mentioned, from Malaysia, who got Ernest got shortlisted, and Wahini Capital, also from Malaysia, also got shortlisted. And you know, one of the things that was very interesting is that both of them are Malaysians, both of them got shortlisted, and then both of them, we were on the flight back together, and both of them were like, actually, maybe we should do some work together. So it's interesting what happens, even though you come from the same ecosystem, that your mind changes when you start exposing yourself. So that's the other thing, right? So that's the other thing I wanted to say, and really to encourage everyone. With regards to the Malaysian, and the other thing with regards to Africa, to go back to Africa and Catapult Africa, my belief is that Catapult Africa has been running for 5 years, Annabelle? More maybe?
Yeah, since, nearly 8 years, nearly.
Oh, excuse my lack of
7 years.
knowledge. 7 years, okay. So, you know, I mean, if anyone out there is concerned about, you know, the longevity or the experience that this program provides, don't worry. It's just that it's new to ASEAN. It's not new to Africa, and I think there's a lot of success case studies and stories that can be shared. But you know, for Asia, really, for ASEAN specifically, it's a fantastic opportunity that has been available to our African brothers for a while now. The other thing I wanted to say is that, from my experience speaking to fintechs that participated last year, both in Bangkok and in Luxembourg, is that as a fintech, we tend to be, well, my understanding and my experience has been that we're very focused on a solution. And sometimes you pivot, and many times you pivot, but the focus tends to be within that space. Now, the ability to cross-pollinate allows for you to think about how to repurpose your solution as well. So you go away with fantastic ideas about how to repurpose, because number one, you're exposed to different fintechs doing different things, and you start to reassess your angle of approach. Number two, you start to understand, as Chonladet was saying, that regulatory, or was it Dr. Alexander was saying, that regulatory environment. So that even though that regulatory environment does not apply to you as a fintech in your country, the fact that you're learning about a new environment allows you to start to think about how you can repurpose or come up with new solutions. So that's the other thing. Now, I'm here as advisor to the Fintech Association of Malaysia, having been its vice president for the last 2-3 years. And I'd like to say that, you know, in Malaysia, the fintech environment is actually quite mature. We have matured. We started out with payments. We matured very quickly into InsurTech, P2P financing. So Malaysia has 2 regulators managing our fintech space, our digital space. And I like to shout out to the regulators, because both and just a shout out to Ms. Jocelyn as well, because the regulators in Malaysia in the financial services industry, they're both women. And I think that the element of inclusion really drives us towards the digitalization of financial services. So that's one thing. Now, Chonladet was talking about how the banks in Thailand only have a year, and that sounds really scary. So Malaysia last year announced 5 digital banking licenses, and they're consortiums, made up of consortiums. So the domestic banks were not allowed to come in and apply in the spirit of inclusion, in the spirit of really innovation. So these they all are not bank-based applicants. They have been given 1 year to get ready, operationalize themselves. and a little bit more time, fortunately for them, than our Thai counterparts. Also, this year in Malaysia, there will be a rollout of our InsurTech solutions. Now, Malaysia already has a lot of InsurTechs, but the digital and takaful, again, the Islamic element, is coming on board because of the new laws that are coming into being this year. Malaysia has also, thanks to the leadership of our Securities Commission that regulates our capital markets products, because tokens are seen as a security in Malaysia. So there's a lot of clarity. We now have peer-to-peer lending platforms. We have blockchain-based token exchanges also. And of course, in Malaysia, it would be remiss of me not to talk about my previous life at the Labuan International Business and Financial Center, which also allows for a lot. In fact, there are more than 100 digital licenses in Labuan IBFC already. And we allow for the entire remit of everything from blockchain solutions to payment gateways. Yeah, and that's my takeaway, and that's an update on Malaysia. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Please apply. It's a fantastic opportunity. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Farah, really, for flashing so many brilliant ideas, and I can't agree with you more. I was a part also of those working groups and seeing how startups transforming their ideas, like during the work sessions, it was really incredible. And cross-pollination between different countries, even the from one ecosystem, from one country, that they meet during the program and start work together. That's really awesome result. Another large economy, of course, we can't really miss in ASEAN is Indonesia. And last year, Indonesia was represented by Pak Aris Setiadi in Luxembourg program, who is Executive Director of Indonesia Fintech Association, AFTEC. So Pak Aris, please tell us about your experience and what do you plan actually for this program this year?
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sasha. First and foremost, I would like to thank IDEA and also LHoFT for hosting this event and inviting AFTEC again for this year's to be part of the Catapult Southeast Asia. It's truly an honor for AFTEC to be part of the exciting program for Southeast Asian startups, especially for Indonesians. AFTEC, as a short introduction, is an umbrella associations in Indonesia. Currently, we have 300 members of fintech and also digital economy ecosystems as members, comprising 25 different business models. Begin with peer-to-peer lending as well as a payment system. Now, AFTEC has more than 25 business models, including those who recently graduated from the regulatory sandbox at OJK or Indonesia Financial Service Authority, such as innovative credit scoring. And last year, on the first LHoFT Southeast Asia and Catapult Southeast Asia, Indonesia was represented by 2 companies for the Bangkok or the Thailand round. First is Fintra on the peer-to-peer lending, and also I4C from the innovative credit scoring. And I4C eventually also joined the program in the Nexus 2050 in Luxembourg, and also part of the accelerator program in Luxembourg. For AFTEC to have a partnership with LHoFT is an opportunity for our members to expand and to get a global spotlights through the LHoFT events, because like or dislike, LHoFT and also Luxembourg is a fintech hub or even digital economy hub in Europe, and it provides such a gateway for ASEAN or Southeast Asian fintech to the EU market. So it provides opportunity to be known and also to be recognized, especially through the Catapult program. And this year, AFTEC has also promoted the Catapult program to our members to join, because we believe that it provides a lot of opportunities for them to also get to know the investors and also VCs from the international area, and also to provide a platform for partnership, as Farah earlier mentions, among fintech companies in Indonesia or in Southeast Asia, and also, of course, among the fintech and also digital economy ecosystems in the Luxembourg or even EU through the Luxembourg events. And echoing to our previous facilitators or presenters, that it is truly an opportunity for fintech and also I think overall startups in Southeast Asia, and especially in Indonesia, to be part of the Catapult Southeast Asia. And this year, I think our AFTEC sister associations, the associations of Fintech Syariah Indonesia will be part of the event as well. So we hope that more Indonesia fintech will be part of the Catapult Southeast Asia, because I agree with what Farah mentions when it comes to the Islamic fintech or Sharia fintech. It's not necessary for Muslim or for Islamic populations, but it adhere to the principles of fairness, environment, and also on the transparency of the contract. So with recent development and also spotlights on the ESG or environment and social governance for fintech, it truly gonna benefits everyone's when it comes to the implementations of the Sharia fintech or Islamic fintech. So I think I will stop there. It will be more than I will be more than happy to answer any questions for anyone who want to understand more on the framework for fintech Indonesia. Indonesia in 2023 has just recently enacted the Omnibus Law on the financial sector, and for the first time, fintech is regulated under the highest level of the regulations in Indonesia. So it provides certainty for fintech. And then implementing regulation for fintech has also been announced within the last 2 years for the regulatory sandbox, and then innovative credit scoring, aggregators, and also recently on the crypto assets has also been enacted, in addition to the payment system and also peer-to-peer lending that has been around and also has been regulated in Indonesia since 2018. So there will be a lot of opportunities for fintech Southeast Asia or overseas to expand to Indonesia, and also through the Catapult Southeast Asia, I do hope that our members, AFTEC members, Indonesian fintech and startups would also have the opportunity to expand to outer Southeast Asia and also in the global stage. I'll stop there. Thank you so much again for the opportunity to the IDEA and LHoFT, and looking forward to the real event in Manila in April and also in Luxembourg this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aris. I'd like to jump just 2 seconds on what Aris, Farah, Chonladet have been saying. That's the message for the fintechs. This program is really the opportunity to meet one another in the same sector of activities, meaning fintech, startups. I just give you the example. We had Amo mentioned Farmvocacy from the Philippines. They actually partnered with Lanet from Thailand to work together. They didn't know each other before Catapult. They didn't. And then we have AI4C, Christian, who came last year with his family to show the ecosystem of Luxembourg, because maybe he was thinking of opening something, an office here in Luxembourg, and he knows he has our support. So it's really all very, it's a great opportunity to meet people from different countries with different culture, but they can work together and they can scale together. So thank you. Alexander?
Exactly, Annabelle. I think the value of this program is not just take part in competition and teach, but build long-term business relationship and even find friends in ecosystems. That's very good from different countries. Joe, I think we are very interested to hear more insights because you've been an alumni of the last year program. And what would you recommend for Philippine startups who is applying or interested or looking for applying this year to take a part in the program? Please share with us your thoughts.
Yes, I believe I only have 5 minutes. So hi, Annabelle. Thank you, Sasha. Hello, everyone. I can't mention everybody, but nice to be here. I'd just like to share, if you don't mind, one picture. That's okay. But so in the meantime, while I posted that request, I wear actually two hats here. Number one, as a fintech startup or scale up now, and second, as a Fintech Philippines Association trustee. But I'd like to share first this one. Okay, so I hope you see this picture here.
Now wait,
Can you see that?
I can't. Can you?
Yes, now we can see.
You can
Very
see
good.
it?
So you see here happy faces, but beneath that happy face is actually 2 weeks of hard work. You've got here mentors and startup founders collaborating, learning, working with each other and together. And at the end of 2 weeks, it's not just about the learning. It's really about the friendships forged, the experience of one entrepreneur working with another entrepreneur, creating value for a region-wide ecosystem. So, you may forget what we're talking about tonight, but what I'd like to put and set in your mind is that join the program, work with fellow entrepreneurs, and close deals before you exit. Because a lot of them, including myself, have actually closed deals. And so it's well worth the experience. Now, as a Fintech Philippines Association trustee, I would encourage all startups to try this out because it is a bridge beyond the Philippines, beyond ASEAN. It connects us with Europe, opens up our eyes to potential and possibilities. And as what Annabelle has mentioned, even some of us have opened up, potentially explored the space in Luxembourg to enter Europe or beyond. But more importantly is the mindset that we bring or we take out from the program, that we go beyond our own national markets and go regional and potentially global. The mentors provide that perspective. You can interact with them and challenge your views and their views. But at the end of the day, it's really about fintech beyond boundaries. And that for me is important because it's about scaling internationally as well. It creates new markets for your products and services, or at least puts you in a path towards a more global play, not just as a national play. So I think that's what I'd like to share, Sasha, about my experience and how LHoFT has opened up our eyes to the potential for a more global perspective, enabling global collaboration and creating regional friends among fellow entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Hey, Joe, guys here. I'm jumping in real quick. I'm probably not part of the schedule, but Joe, this is a great picture and great reminder of the power and synergy across all all countries and all participants. My name is Keith Jones from Global Credit Pros, and thanks so much
Keith is
for
here.
sharing
Yeah,
this.
see, this is Keith.
Joe and Annabelle. Take care. Back to you guys.
Yay! So thank you.
So friends are still here. It's great to feel the support over the time, right?
Yeah.
So now we come back to Malaysia. And here we have Raymond Siva, who is actually the ASEAN Committee Chair of IDEA. And he's also a consultant of digital infra and economy in Malaysia. Taking into account the ASEAN chairmanship of Malaysia this year, Raymond, give us some perspective, like in cooperation for startup ecosystem with maybe with Europe, in particular Luxembourg, and how you see this program can contribute to that.
Hi, thank you, and happy to be here. Again, it was great to listen to all the, panelists before this. Just want to start off with, sharing some of the details around the ASEAN market first. So, we looked over the last 1 year, or the last decade, I'm sorry, and we've seen the fintech landscape evolve really from a very disruptive innovation to becoming a really integral part of the financial services ecosystem. And the ASEAN fintech ecosystem really has matured. And right now, attention is turning to a new wave of technologies that I believe will drive further growth, right, and future innovation. And these technologies around Gen AI, quantum computing, and blockchain, as we talked about earlier on. And I really do think that these three technologies will be pivotal in reshaping how financial services are conceived, delivered, as well as, experienced by the consumers. So the next decade moving forward will be defined by really institutions, organizations that can embrace, integrate, and execute these technologies into their business models, right? If you look at one of the key factors behind Asia's fintech growth, is really the rise of super apps, which have really reshaped consumer behaviors, right? So shoppers, consumers are increasingly relying on built-in solutions. Digital wallets are big. Buy now, pay later are still getting traction. Asian governments are actively pursuing policies to develop the unified payment platforms. And you see what India has done to this UPI that has really stimulated demand for digital financial services, digital ID, and really catalyzed a lot of innovation around fintech. So in emerging economies where access to traditional banking services could perhaps be limited, while smartphone penetration is rapidly growing, I think this is an area where a lot of startups can provide very good solutions or can at least look at innovations to see what's coming up next, right? The opportunity is this, right? The ASEAN fintech market will continue to grow, albeit maybe at a slightly slower pace compared to previous years. But according to the ASEAN Fintech Report, by 2025, the market is expected to reach 18.9 trillion USD, right? And this is an increase of almost 13% year on year. And globally, the industry is forecasted to reach 40 trillion, with Asia accounting for approximately 47%, right? So for all the fintechs listening in, the regulators here, I think the primary growth driver in Asia will be the digital payments and transfer sector, which really contributes 45% of the region's expected market growth, right? And this is really very different from the global figure, which is anticipated to account for just 32% of the worldwide growth, So it really underscores Asia's leadership, in this domain. So what I can do, coming from the lenses, from where I was in MDEC and the work that I'm doing right now, it's really important for the startups as they move into Europe, US, or even for startups in the fintech region, coming to the Asia region. I think market research is key, right? I can't stress how important it is to look at the demographics, the economic conditions, your competitor landscape, the consumer behavior. It's basic stuff. and also to look at the product market fit, right? So as you're solutioning for your own market, you have to think global, right? And this is what we tell a lot of our startups here. You have a problem statement, you're focused on your market. It could be Malaysia, it could be Luxembourg, it could be, whatever it is. But I think it's really important to think global, right? Or at least think regional in the problems that you're solving. And the product market fit is really critical, right? So agile enough to be able to pivot or to adapt to the solutions. In the market that with as well, in the market or sector that we're in as well, I think the legal and regulatory compliance is going to be very, very important. Yeah. So even if we look at ASEAN as a single market, which it's not, by the way, it's 10 different countries. You really have to look at the tax requirements, you're setting up your incentives, your licenses that you need. These are all very, very critical questions for fintechs, right? As they move in, you want to be really clear. What is it that you're getting into, right? And for that to happen, it comes to point number 3, which is local partnerships. I can only speak from my experience right now. For example, if fintechs are coming into Malaysia, then MDEC is there to support them, right? To connect them to the right networks. So as you move into other countries, it's really important then to understand who are some of the quasi-government or government agencies or other like fintech associations that you can quickly partner with to ensure that you have a correct understanding of the regulatory and legal landscape. Yeah. I want to just call out a few things, opportunities also in ASEAN for startups. There's a company called eWallet that's looking at migrant workers, right? And how do we serve migrant workers, especially in ASEAN? A large number of our workforce migrating out, looking for better opportunities within intra-ASEAN as well as outside of ASEAN. There's a great opportunity to serve them. The digital banks, the neobanks, are also looking for partnerships and constantly looking for new innovations. And specifically, if you're looking into coming into ASEAN, then a shout out must go to Malaysia. We just recently announced the Forest City Special Financial Zone that really caters for talents coming into Malaysia to solution for the region. We also have the Labuan IBFC. Farah just spoke earlier on, knows this very well. That's another jurisdiction that can look at blockchain, crypto, and many other areas that you can solution for ASEAN. So, in conclusion, I look forward to getting our startups from this region, the fintech startups, into Luxembourg. It has a really good, strong reputation as a solid financial hub. I'm happy to see how I can assist to build that bridge to ensure even more cultural exchanges, technical exchanges, and ideas innovation can be created and shared both ways. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Ray, for your comprehensive overview of the trends going on now in ASEAN in digital economy space. And I think it was mentioned several times already during our session about halal Islamic finance topics. So Ibu Mahaning Riyana, who is Executive Director of Syariah Association, Fintech Association of Indonesia, what can Luxembourg learn from you? Because you're standing really in forefront of this halal banking sector development. And what you would like to learn from Luxembourg in this aspect or maybe in some other aspects of fintech?
Thank you, Dr. Alex, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. Cannot mention each every one of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Indeed, it's a pleasure to be here amongst you, leaders, panelists, experts, and change maker of the digital economy. And it's a pleasure also to hear that Islamic finance is mentioned many times in this session. So it is actually a pleasure to be part of this movement that solidifies Asian role as the powerhouse of in ethical and inclusive fintech. I think Louis mentioned about inclusive fintech, and the first time I heard actually Dr. Alex about Catapult Financial Inclusion Southeast Asia program, I can immediately recognize that there is a connection between Catapult and Islamic fintech. It's very close. And but I would like to also thank you, Love Foundation, for initiating this program, and definitely especially for Amor, for including us in this program and connecting us with this amazing program. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, ASEAN are at the front of Islamic fintech innovation currently. As you know, that Malaysia and Indonesia rank as the top 3 leading countries worldwide for Islamic fintech. This is as per Dinar Standard Report 2023 and coming soon for the 2024. Hopefully, we are still in the same or even better. So highlighting its ongoing expansion and noteworthy global influence. So actually, we are redefining financial inclusion with solutions that uphold Islamic principles, which are integrity, social justice, ethics, and impact-driven innovation. So there is no doubt that the foundation of Islamic fintech aligns closely with the principle of the Catapult program. So I'm happy about it. So about share a commitment to create meaningful impact and empowerment. So we, ladies and gentlemen, in AFSI, we are Islamic Fintech Association, that we believe that Islamic fintech is a mission to bring social impact to the world. So technology to empower communities. And also Islamic fintech is bridging the financial gap for the underbanked and underserved. And of course, to ensure that wealth is circulated fairly. And the beauty of it is that not only for Muslim, yes, a more 100% agree with you that Islamic fintech is not only for Muslim, but a blessing for all of us. And Islamic fintech also align with the green and sustainable economy, Dr. Alex, that with its unique principle that have to be adapted to, such as fostering inclusive and fair contracts, transparency, environmental stewardship, and also community responsibility. So we believe that there are actually many innovative Islamic fintech startups in ASEAN that deserve greater exposure and support. And an accelerator is exactly what they need to elevate their impact and reach. And initiatives like Catapult perfectly serve this purpose. And this is why this program, Catapult program, is an opportunity we cannot afford to miss. So we AFSI committed to continuing to endorse and advocate for Islamic fintech startups to take advantage of opportunity offered by Catapults to scale their impact, and to definitely connect with world-class mentors, investors, and pioneers who also believe in financial inclusion as a force for good. I think it's mentioned earlier by some of the speakers. So that being said, we strongly encourage all Asian Islamic fintech startup founders to register for Catapult. By registering, actually you win. I think Annabelle mentioned earlier that there is no loss. Yes, by registering, actually you win, because imagine what this means for your venture. Imagine unlocking resources, capital, global networks, new ideas on strategy that will take your solution beyond borders. Because the good thing about Islamic fintechs is for everyone. That means your platform or Islamic fintech platform might not only be a solution for a certain country, but it could also serve a purpose for audiences globally somewhere else. And your solution could be a demand beyond your current market. So I think that's from me, Dr. Alex. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much. Terima kasih, Ibu Mahaning. We really encourage all the startups to be bold, because startups must be bold and active in order to reach their objectives. So please apply, participate in this incredible program, and you will never regret about it. We can promise.
I jump on that. So I just quickly jump on that. As you said, if you apply, you get a chance to win a selection to the Catapult. But by applying, you already let yourself know about your company, your solution to people, because we are going to do a pre-selection with experts. So those experts are going to see your application and they're going to see, therefore, your solution. So we cannot select all of you, but you will already give visibility to your company. So please apply. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to put in. It's all for winners. So go for it.
Thank you, Annabelle. So a part of the, well-known, of course, economies is Indonesia, Malaysia, in ASEAN, now Philippines this year, but we'd like really to include more those emerging countries in ASEAN to be a truly inclusive program, right? So we have here representatives of Cambodia and Myanmar, which are very great partners in IDEA. And I'd like to give a word to Nay Bong Sakal, who is actually the representing regulator, trust regulator of Cambodia. They're doing a lot of innovative, incredible stuff in banking sector. So, dear Bong Sakal, please share, how do you think Cambodian startups can benefit from this program? Yes, please share with us your ideas and your visions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alex. You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much also for Luxembourg, especially for my dear sister, Amor. Amor, maybe you hear also. So regarding to
Yes,
Cambodia,
always here for Cambodia. Always here for Cambodia, Bong Sakal. Thank you.
Yeah. So for Cambodia, I think we talking only about the trust regulator, because hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. We talk about the trust regulator. I think trust regulator is one of the part of another regulator under the non-bank financial service authority. You maybe know Cambodia have the two separately in bank and non-bank. But non-bank is also under Ministry of Economy and Finance. And then we regarding to the fintech and digital. I think Cambodia, so far now we have the council of the digital of the economic, that is separately in three committee or digital, we call like the e-government, like we call the digital or economy and social, digital security is under Ministry of Interior. So from this umbrella, we also have the fintech by own regulator. For example, is the fintech for trust regulator, fintech for insurance, fintech for social protection. We also have their own fintech. I think we don't talk more about another regulator fintech, but we talk about our fintech. So far, we are preparing for a 5-year plan for fintech development in our regulator. That like last year, we has announced the sandbox for, we let the private sector to play in the sandbox, and then we monitoring and we guide them how to join the in this sandbox, but only for trust sector only. Maybe I forgot to introduce Cambodia. We have the trust regulator. I think maybe different from another country. The trust in Cambodia is also involved with the real estate, involved with health, and involved with some escrow services, also we consider as the part of trust. Then all the sandbox should be play and think about this skill, not away from what they are thinking. And in another sector, like our panelists or speaker that are more also think about fintech on agriculture as well. So in my fintech is different. It only related to trust sector. That's why to develop in this sector, we also need to think more with the example that in this year have the schedule. Maybe I'm not quite clear. What is the schedule? What is the program that Luxembourg will be do on this year?
We'll be sharing all the information with you, Bong Sakal. So we hope to see more startups in Cambodia, and that unique experience what you have, like having a trust regulator. The world should know more about that and learn from Cambodia experience.
Yeah. I think that this all whatever I want to tell or on this discussion and let the people know Cambodia trust. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk. Thank Alex.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now we can switch to Myanmar. So Mr. Aung, who is president of Myanmar Digital Economies Association, please tell us more about Myanmar. What's going on in startup ecosystem? What also sectors are involved there? And how can we engage more startups to take a part in the program?
Thank you. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Aung Lwin. I'm the president of the Myanmar Digital Economy Association's MDEA. MDEA was founded in 2019 by the main Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar, UMSCCI, to promote digital economy in Myanmar. I just like to share a bit about where we are at the moment in regards to the digital economy. So since 2014, Myanmar digital economy has made significant strides, particularly due to the liberalization of the telco sector. Our mobile penetration has skyrocketed to more than 100% of the populations among the 4 telco in the market. Around like 120% SIM coverage. At the same time, digital mobile wallets are becoming more common, and we have 20 plus mobile wallet provider in Myanmar now. That growth has allowed fintech to grow, many focusing on the financial inclusion and the digital payment solution for the previously underserved communities. Of course, we do have a lot of infrastructure challenges in Myanmar, but at the same time, the appetite for the digital services is quite strong and making fintech one of the most exciting sector in the Myanmar evolving economy. And our central bank is actually going to be launching the standardized QR payment switch by the end of this month, later part of February as well. So it is quite exciting markets. Of course, from the our Myanmar Digital Economy Association would like to play a critical role as a bridge between our fintech startup in Myanmar to ASEAN and beyond. Of course, we'd like to start by getting our fintechs to apply to participate in the LHoFT Catapult Southeast Asia program as well. We are very quite excited to be participating as a first time partner into the program this year. And again, we appreciate being able to inviting us and then being able to contribute towards how we can build stronger bridges, how we can create more connection with our startup and the one in the ASEAN and beyond in Luxembourg as well. So I look forward to continue collaboration and exciting possibility ahead.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Aung. It sounds exciting, and thank you for your amazing insights. And yes, we wish really to know more, to interact with Myanmar stakeholders, with startups, with different partners. So please, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate that. And now we are back to Manila. To the Philippines agenda. We're already closing our panel discussion or the session with the international speakers. So Mr. Jer Chen, who is representing National Development Company in the Philippines. So it's a really big company, like old institution in the Philippines, who is dealing with investments, with the development of the country, different infrastructural projects. I think Jack can share with you more. And they do a lot of work in startup development, startup community. So Jer, how do you envision we collaborate this year for the program together?
First and foremost, I would like to apologize that my video is not on. I'm still driving towards home. As you know, that Manila has these traffic challenges. So just to give you a small background of what NDC or National Development Company is, we are a 105-year-old government and owned controlled corporation. We have been the catalyst for majority of the major industries in the Philippines, including not only limited to agriculture, mining, banking, even the airlines. We were once the shareholder of the Philippine Airlines, one of our mining sector, the biggest coal mine in the Philippines. We were also once a shareholder. National Steel, any company that you see or government companies that you see in Philippines that has the national word or the Philippine word or the first word usually is an investment of National Development Company. Now, with regards to our contribution to the industry, although we're a bit behind, but during 2019, it created a law was the Startup Act or the startup law of the Philippines created a venture fund of the government, which we as NDC managed to as the fund manager of the fund. So we have been on the lookout for investments that will help catalyze certain industries, including fintech. And although I'm not happy to say this, but we have not yet invested in a fintech, although currently we're reviewing an insurtech as well as a regtech in the process. But I'm happy to say the fintechs in the Philippines have either become banks themselves, like one of our digital banks bought out a commercial bank and now functioning as a digital and commercial bank in the country, all the way to scanning of checks in the back-end systems of banks in the country that uses AI to maximize fast turnaround of the check payments from one end to another. So that's a good start. And I'm also happy to tell you, because of the pandemic, although this is a small silver of hope or light, it really pushed the Philippines to utilize fintech solutions that push both retail industries and also our a majority of our industries, including real estate, to be more fintech savvy. I guess that's so. I'm telling everybody in the panel that we are open for business. Maybe you can find a small niche or a larger niche in the Philippines. And as NDC, we have the Philippine Innovation Hub. We welcome you. We can help you with the registration, compliance in the country, so that your life as an entrepreneur will be focused on your product rather than answering to all the Philippine regulatory requirements. We have a innovation hub that will help you with the one-stop shop, from registration of your company down to the getting incentives of the government, registering in the internal revenue or the taxman. That is one of the things that we want to assist any startups that will come to the country or from domestic going out of the country. So we will be launching the Innovation Hub by March or April. So we're very happy for LHoFT to discuss whatever collaboration we can do, and we're very happy also if to participate in the Catalyst Catapult program. Whatever collaboration you need from us, we're very open. We can also bring other department ministries in the country, since we are under the purview of the Department of Trade and Industry, which will help give incentives also for any startups that will be registering in the country.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jer.
Thank you very much, Jer. And on this note, I would like to give closing remark word first to Amor to just summarize our international discussion, and then of course, Annabelle, it's your time to close. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't want to keep many of you. First and foremost, we'd like to thank all LHoFT and iDEA, Digital Pilipinas, and all the association partners who are here. We look forward to all seeing you in Manila. Three very quick highlights, hopefully this year, is the active involvement of more government partners, regulators, and ministries from across ASEAN. So thank you to Bong Sakal, to Ibu Novita, Yusek Giselle, and Jer of the NDC. We hope to have more government participation and multilateral support, especially with ADB. The second would be two areas that are very important about ASEAN, but perhaps not very well known. And you heard a lot about Syariah Fintech. Our chair for Syariah Finance in IDEA is here, Ibu Mahaning. Thank you so much, mashallah. And this is very important because while they're championing Sharia, we're also championing halal for all, Sharia and halal for all, not just for Muslims. And I forgot to say this, and I will close with this, is the importance of Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam, or what the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement calls CLMV, right? We're very honored that Myanmar and these regions, despite complexities in their ecosystems, are here and pushing forward with startup and digital economy development. So special shout out to our brothers Aung and also our Bong Sakal. Yes, and last but not the least would be thank you to our family in Luxembourg, the Luxembourg House of Financial Technologies, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and even Bénédicte from ADA, who we've had the pleasure to meet. Sometimes the world is divided in discussions of global north and global south, But I think what this proves tonight is that we're all part of a global whole and a global majority. And regardless of where you are in the equator, north or south, you can always have a big heart for the global whole. And that's what I'd like to say about Luxembourg. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll turn it over to our partner, Annabelle.
Thank you so much, Amo. Thank you very much. I won't take long. I just listen carefully to all of you. I'm very proud to have you all part of Catapult. You are going to be extremely important for the FinTech who is going to be selected for the second edition. I've retained keywords during this webinar, and this is how I always actually qualify Catapult is impact, global relation, scaling innovation, and overall FinTech. So thank you very much for your support. I really hope we all push again for FinTechs to apply this year. It's a real opportunity. As we say, we have the government here very generous. They don't have to pay for anything. We're not asking return on investment on any of the FinTechs alumni. All we want is them to have an impact and to be successful in their local community and globally. So thank you again. Thank you very, very much. And I'm really looking forward to be soon in Manila. And
Let's have a group photo, Annabelle. That's what we in Asia do. Let's have a group shot. Is that okay?
Yes.
Maybe we can turn on videos.
Can you hold
Dr.
on
Sasha?
videos? Can you see?
Dr. Sasha, we're all yours. Dr. Sasha, I think we're there. You go.
I request to make a photo from Luxembourg side because.
Yes, because they're the whole.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you, everyone.
Where do I press?
Right. Thanks.
Let me see.
So while waiting, thank you, Amor, for organizing this. Thank you, IDEA. Thank you, LHoFT. So
see you all in Manila.
see you soon.
See you all in Manila.
See you all. Okay. So Oliver, maybe you can also take a quick photo. Thank you. All right. 3, 2, 1. Great, great, great,
perfect.
everyone. Wonderful.
Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
See you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye-bye.
nice evening. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.